Sarah, I wanted to ask you, when was the moment you truly felt saved?
I was 9 years old. I felt the Lord calling me. I had Christian parents and I was brought up in the church, but I had not been baptized or saved until that point. And when I reached that point, though, I just knew that that's what God wanted me to do, that I was supposed to do. He said it in His Word, and I believed it. And I was baptized 2 days before I turned 10.
Now, I know your husband, Joe, got saved later on in life. Can you tell us about that?
Yes, sure. Joe was my husband, and he was quite a rounder. He drank enough beer and liquor to sink this building, and but he was always just jolly. But he knew he wasn't living for the Lord. He knew he wasn't. And one day I got up, he was watching the 700 Club. And they had someone on there that was molding the shape of Jesus, like when he was born. And then they'd go to when he was 11, 12 years old, on up through the crucifixion. And that crucifixion was really graphic, but he saw it, and I went in the room after he saw it, and he was crying, and he never cried. And I asked him what's wrong, and couldn't get a word out of him. And finally, he told me that God spoke to him and wanted him to get saved, and he asked me to call my pastor. We talked with my pastor. Both of us joined the church. He was baptized, and then that was it. He lived, and then he gave up all of his playboys and dirty movies. He just threw them all in the trash. And I was so proud of him, I didn't know what to do.
Sarah, I know that you've been a resident of Lee's for a little bit, but I would love to know about your childhood and where you grew up, and just tell us a little bit about what happened as a little girl in your life.
Well, I was adopted when I was 6 weeks old. So I've never known my real parents, and don't really desire to. I have wonderful parents, wonderful Christian parents. We went to church on every Sunday, every Wednesday night, and every Sunday night. If we weren't there, there was half a dozen or more calling to know where we were or where we sit. That we didn't make church. But I was very active in the youth groups that they had. Then I started school at 6. They didn't have kindergarten back then. I thought I had a good teacher. I learned to read. I loved to read. I took off like a rocket with the books. They couldn't keep me supplied. And I graduated high school in 1965. Long time ago. Ancient history. But then I didn't know too many boys, but also I was diagnosed with paranoid schizophrenia at the age of 10 or 11. And I had a lot of problems to work through with that, but Mom and Dad were there for me. And I was able to graduate. There was some question at first if I'd even be able to graduate from school. And they put me on as many medicines. I think I don't think they had any more in the pharmacy. I think the pharmacy was empty after I got through. But I kept on my meds, and it calmed me down. Well, once in a while I'll have an episode. I've had several here lately, and I don't like them. I wish they would go away, but I'm told they never will. But when I finished the drug before I started the drug for schizophrenia, I had 21 ECTs. And I can tell you, don't do it. Don't have it done. Don't let them do it to you. It has wiped my memory out. I have no memory of anything from 1978 until 94. My daughter was 10 months old the last time I remember seeing her. She was dressed in a pink snowsuit. And I didn't know her anymore until 1994 when she was walking down the aisle. And I'm quite happy that God gave me my memory back to see my daughter walk down the aisle. That was very spiritual to me. I always went to a club. It was a mental health club in Cary, called Cary Clubhouse. I don't think it's there anymore. I think they shut it down. But we would go and do, we had a paper group, we had a kitchen group that would fix food, we had the snack bar, which was my responsibility. And on Fridays, we played bingo. On Thursdays, I did sign language, which I'm not good at, but I try. And we just, had a ball. And then I got to the point that they trusted me enough with all the money. I could have run away. Because cornflakes were 25 cents a box, and Coca-Colas were 20, and so there wasn't much money there. But the first of the month, I'd have to count all the money that we got the last month. And also I had to take inventory. How many Pepsis we had, how many Cokes we had, how many Fritos. And she would buy the snacks from that. And as I've lived in this area all my life, except for about 6 years when I went to Charlotte. And that was good. I love Charlotte. And it broke my heart when I had to leave, but I didn't have anybody to take care of me while he worked. And my mother was like 80-some, so she couldn't come. So I didn't have anybody to tend to the baby when she was born. And so Joe said that we had to move, and we did. Her name was Susan. Now, we just went everywhere together, got in all the trouble we could find. I learned to drive, and she learned to drive, and that made it even more fun. We liked to take off at night about 12 or 1 o'clock and go driving. Wasn't anybody on the road. It was a patch of nothing, just woods and nothing else. And we'd go out there. I don't know what we would have done if the car broke down somewhere. Along the way, we'd be in trouble. But So we were really close. My daughter has gone. I have not seen her in 8 years. I don't know where she is. I wish I did. I would love to see her. Love to see her. But my oldest grandchild now lives in Raleigh, and with my little great grandchild, and she doesn't know where Tammy is. Tammy has not communicated with anybody in the family. And we just keep hoping and praying that one day she'll knock on the door for one of us and it'll be her. But seeing Danielle grown, that was a shock too. I didn't expect it. And Kaylin is a beautiful little girl. She's 3 years old. She's talking, and walking, and running. You better put your stuff up on her shelf when she comes to see you, because she'll surely have. But that was a meaningful experience, because I hadn't seen them in 8 years. So, and I've got another stepdaughter that I haven't seen until she came the other week. And I met Michael, and he's just the star. He awesome. He can do anything, I think. I don't think there's anything he can't do. And I just think the world of him. He's helped me out with things, with problems, and I've tried to help him. And we get along good. And that about covers my life.